All right, so we're back. We're into raid. We got all this done. He was like, whatever, let's get daily shit done. Yeah, kind of. All right, I need to get my daily stuff done first. I only have a couple things left that I haven't finished. It's time to... Okay. Let's get into Kenzie's account. Add an account. Okay, Kenzie. Let's see. Says I'm in. Am I in? It looks like I am in. All right. It looks... Yes. I am in Kenzie's account. Oh. Let's see what else I have to do yet. And then we'll put this in the background and let it run. We got daily is done. Advanced. 3 artifacts from clearing the dungeons. I just did that. Oh, I had auto sell turn on. I had auto sell turn on. Spider 20. We'll do 3 of them. All right, so that's running. Let's see if I can get in here. Boom. Kenzie's account. Feel free to do anything. How far did the missus take electrocution? She was done after the stream was over. I'm sure she's got more shit planned, though. All right. Kenzie's account. Let's check out the champions that we're dealing with first. So we got 2 at 60. Don't add wheel-like equipment. So KO must have been who you originally chose. Or actually it could be Gallic. One or the other. Gallic. Noble. Man, I wish I had another Noble. Noble's what I used to... Do you notice he has pierced nipples. Whoa, there's some sturdy studs through those nips. Impressive. He's at 50. He's fully ascended. Has no gear. Gallic is all out. Do you not have a banner to throw in? No banner. That's what we need Spider for. You do have a banner here. No banner. Everything's a 16. Could definitely upgrade. You'll eventually get rid of all your 3-star stuff. And then your 4-star stuff. And then you'll get rid of your 5-star stuff and be just 6 stars. Oh yeah, it's crit damage. Your crit rate here for Kalik, need to get his crit rate to 100. Need to get his crit rate to 100. That'll make a huge difference. And it's these gloves with HP. Do we have any crit rate gloves? First thing you want to do, crit rate gloves, just not 2-star. So we need to find some crit rate gloves here. Not sure you have any. That's going to make a big difference on Kale. It's having crit rate and crit damage at 100. Easiest place to find this stuff though is Spider. Alright, we'll deal with gearing it sooner rather than later. Second Kale. Also a defense. Big thing I would say to worry about is, big thing would be, instead of flat stats for this bottom row, you want percentage
King
stats.
12 says do what you need to help me.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to find the gear you need. Some of this is gonna have to, you'll just have to farm and find it. Like for your chest plate, generally it's one of two things that you want to try to keep this. You either want the accuracy or defense percentage. Defense percentage. So if we go to here, primary stats, it's either going to be here or accuracy. So like right now, these are the gear. This is what I would be using.
Kinsey King 12 says I take your opinion.
Yeah, this will make a big difference. Like right here, if you throw this one in with defensive substats and it's already got speed as a substat rather than attack and accuracy, your defense is at 9%, crit rate 15. This I would generally stick with 5-star or higher. Defense percentage has to be a percentage. Has to be a percentage.
Kinsey King 12 says sell gear too.
You want me to sell the stuff? Oh my god, there's so much gear. I would probably get rid of anything. At this point, you're far enough into the game. I wouldn't use any 3-star stuff. So I would sell anything. Like I would, even if it's got training on it, anything 3-star and 2-star will just filter out this. It'll actually make a big difference in one. Eventually you're only going to want 5 and 6-star gear. Even though this stuff has training, there's going to be no advantage to using it. The coins will do you more good than anything else. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of all. You feel cleansed. It's like a baptism. I was only running 5 and 6 star, and I have finally stopped with the 5 star, and I am only keeping 6 star. This isn't going to give you a ton of coins because all of this stuff it isn't worth a whole lot. Now, crit damage as a gear, I will use from time to time if I need it. Accuracy, definitely. Accuracy, I use a lot. Resistance, every once in a while, specifically now that we have the Iron Twins, where resistance is really important. Lifesteal is one of the best gear sets in the game. And I still farm for lifesteal on Dragon. I do not use Fury at all. It's a personal thing. I just don't use it. I don't know anybody that does. There are some champions every once in a while that do really well with some specific kind of gear, but Fury isn't one of them. Now the days gear set you can use for the Devil, the Sand Devil. Is there sell all? Select all? Yeah. Okay, so Frenzy I don't use either. It doesn't do me any advantage. Regeneration you can keep. Immunity there's only a couple of different champions that do really well in immunity gear. Shield is valuable from time to time. Savage is worth it. Destroy gets worth it. I've never put anybody in stun. I've never put anybody in provoke either. Retaliation I've used from time to time in the lower and mid tier. I don't use avenging. It just because it's a four piece gear set. Stalwart gets used every once in a while. I don't use reflex. I don't use curing. And with that, some of these may be able to we're selling them. All right, so now let's do filter. We're going to look at flat stats.
NC King 12 says you're helping me, so do what you will.
Reflex is endgame. I've never used it. I mean, I've used it in middle gear. I've just never valued it that much. Okay, so we want flat stats on the bottom row. This, other than speed is a flat stat, so I'm not gonna dump all these. See, I will take. We'll have to do this the hard way, even though there's 171 of them. Even though it's
NC King 12
a 6
says
star.
then look at my champs and help them.
Okay. All of these flat stats you don't want. You're going to want to try to focus on percentage stats for almost all of this. Wait, how did I have this set up? I only did the flats that were possible, right? So I can select all and dump it because I didn't do. Yeah, I did. So HP, attack, and defense. Flat stats is what you can get rid of here. So let's just select all. Oh, 144. And we're going to sell everything. Because all we want are percentage stats. You're going to want to keep percentage stats like defense and HP percentage. You're going to want to keep accuracy, which is a flat stat. You're going to want to keep speed, which is a flat stat. And speed will come on your boots. Crit rate will come up on your crit rate, and crit damage will come up on your gauntlets. Accuracy and defense percentage will be your big ones for the chest plate for mid-level. Okay, so that's about everything. And that's going to make things much easier. Like your 2-star, their speed at 25. I don't think... Let's see. Okay, so we have a 4-star common. Maxes out at 35. So that's much better. I think 5-star you can get 45. Is it 45 on a 5-star? And 60 speed out of a 6-star. Yeah, 35 for 4. Here's a 5-star. Should be able to get 45. 40. 40 on a 5-star because it's a rare. 6 stars, 45. What am I thinking 60? Is that crit rate? That must be the gloves. Yeah, now we're at 40 for 5-star. 45. Okay, we're going to get rid of... Let's close all these. We're going to pick a few that we're going to just dump. Because you're not going to need them. They're not going to do you any good. Fury, I would sell. Damage increases as HP decreases. It's decent as you're falling apart as a champion. It may help you get through like a single round. But it's not going to get rid of anything that's going to help you move forward. So I would dump all of the Fury. Regardless of what it is. Daze will hold. Cursed. This stuff I'm not going to tell you to get rid of. Because depending upon what situation you're in, you could always really need a heal reduction debuff for a quest or for anything. So the stuff that allows you to use a debuff like Frost, Stun, that stuff we'll hold on to. The Frenzy, the Turn Meter, we'll hold on to just for now. I don't use it. I dump them, but it could be used by some people. Let's see. Relentless will hold on to. Savage, obviously. Same with Stun, Toxic, and Provoke. Avenging, that's another one. Counterattack, that's up to you. Stalwart we'll hold on to. Curing, we can dump. 100% dump. This does absolutely nothing. It is the worst gear set in the game. It is one you immediately sell, even if you're using it for what it's worth. It only adds a bonus heal over base stat. It doesn't do much of anything. Mortal, Divine Life, Swift Parry, Deflection. Those we'll all hold on to. Alright, we've kind of gotten rid of a lot of the stuff. Let's see about who we can re-gear. What do we got? Noble, even though he's a legendary, he is an awful legendary. He's going to be decent compared to some other ones that you have, but he's definitely not somebody you're going to use for a long time. The Kales, these two, I can see you using way into late game. I still use my Kale. Knight Errant. Where are they? Arena, Minotaur, Force Keep. What do we look at? One enemy with a leech, stun, weaken. Not necessarily for anything important other than faction wars, maybe. War Maiden's she is a very strong rare that you can use for quite a while in the game. Eventually you'll put her in the vault, but for now she's usable for a decent amount of time. Increase attack buff on this champion. Place an extra hit if the attack is critical. This one you're going to need crit rate gloves and crit rate substats throughout to get her crit rate to 100%. Her all enemy attack has 60% decreased debuff for 2 turns, which does make a big difference, which is one of the reasons people use her. And it's a 3-turn cooldown if you can get her booked out to level 5. So War Maiden I would hold on to. Kale, obviously. Even though you have 3, I would at least train 2 to 60. Athel's decent. Zargala, this is a good champ. Weaken debuff on A1. And the crack armor, all enemies 3 times, 50% chance of decreased defense. Norog. Legendary defense. I do not have Norog. What are we looking at? Block active skills. Immune to stun, freeze, and sleep. Decreases the damage taken by all allies by 7.5. He's ascended, decreases damage all allies that are under 1 or more buffs by 15%. This is one I would definitely finish out to 60. Just as a defense and used for 2 of them. 2, like, oh, this from a double legendary. Allure is incredibly important. You're gonna use Allure everywhere. Yeah, Achak the Wendarin. This is like a subtle cleanser. Heals all allies. Fills a turn meter. Yeah, places a block debuffs on all allies for 1 turn. That's it. It's a block debuff champion. Allure's amazing just because of the massive turn meter control. HX got HP burn. It's a demon spawn. Yeah. Skirmisher. Another Gaelic. Fane. Fane is incredibly important. And Coldheart is... See, you've got some really strong champions sitting here. Gala Longbraids. 1 enemy 2 times. I love seeing stuff I don't have. Grimskin. Elhain. That was the champion I originally picked. Gala Longbraids does? Is it like a poor man's Trunda? Is this Ironclad? Got some strong stuff in here. I would say, yeah, I think Allure would be, I don't know. It's those three. Allure, Fane, and Coldheart would be the first three I would focus on. You did Coldheart? Coldheart's to 5 stars. Yeah, you're going to want to get Coldheart all the way to 6. And, well, she's got crit rate gloves. That helps. It's 4-star. We've got more room to move. Accuracy's decent. Speed. This one looks like you've kind of put the time in on what we're doing here. 16s. Yeah, I mean, she's in good shape. Attack. Coldheart's going to do you very well. No, she's fine. She's still only 5-star. Yeah, you need to get her to 6. Fane, too. These would be the 3. Allure, Coldheart, and Fane that I would take all the way up. Because they're going to help you. Fane is going to do really well in Clan Boss. And Coldheart's going to work well all throughout the game. In a lot of different areas, as long as you can keep her alive. Allure and her turn meter control is going to change the way you play. She's going to change the way you play Fire Knight. All right, so let's look. Make sure we've got all of her daily stuff done. Oh, we sold some stuff. Dailies are done. Advanced, Demon Lore keys, 3 artifacts from dungeons. Let's go take a look at the spider dungeon real quick. How far are we at in spider? Well, we made it all the way to 8. What team are we using for spider? Allure. Yeah. Was it? We need to put gear on Allure and Fane. Fane, we need some gear. Let's see. What do we have that we can put in her real quick? X1 enemy 2 times. She's got all the poisons and decreased defense. So we went high accuracy. So let's make sure we've got a accuracy shield. And let's narrow the, let's do shield. And we're only going to do...
Kinsey King 12 says, I'm so thankful I needed that expert.
Hardly an expert, but we'll see what we can do. So we want accuracy here. Okay, so we've got a life at 4-star. We're not going to go too crazy with this just because we'll eventually swap these out. Cursed, crit rate. If I can use a full set, I will use a full set. Frenzy. Regeneration might not be bad to work from.
Fakris21 says at finale he sleeps, he's trying them through the spider, see how far through campaign he is and maybe check his Kale so he can farm them to 50 at least.
That's true. That's true. Alright, we'll do that first. We'll come back. Where are we at in campaign? Brutal. Oh, we're doing good. You've maxed out Brutal. Let's see what this looks like with just here. We'll throw in, just want to see what we're dealing with. We'll throw 3 stars in. Okay. 12-3 on Brutal. This is where we get most of this stuff done. Trying to finish my dailies too in the background. Silver keys. This is where all your training is going to happen. 12-3 or 12-6. Speed is really slow on Gaelic here. We might be better off putting in... Okay, so what was it? 51 seconds. Let's pull out Gaelic and put in Kale. And see if we can get a quicker time out of Kale. Eventually, you'd like to get this down under 20 seconds. And this is where you'll train all of your players. 12-3 or 12-6. Personally, I only do 12-6 because I get all of my coins from like Spider. The shields are worth more than the boots, but the 12-6 does give out more XP, like Chris said. This is a little bit faster. If we had better gear on Kale, we could definitely get this time way down. Okay. So this is what you're going to want to do. This is how we farm to build. So we'll do 12-6. We'll set Kale up. We'll throw your 3 in here. You go to multi-battle. You want to turn off all of this. And we're going to sell everything because it doesn't, none of this cure gear, the artifacts that this gives is just pointless. We don't use any of it for anything. And then we'll just start adding in the stuff that you're trying to get trained up So we'll do our Gaelic. Well, actually, let's do Cold Heart first. Then Feign. And Allure. Then we'll come down to... Where's Achik at? Is he already maxed? Oh, you've got him in the training pit. If you're doing a tournament, though, keep the gear. The points won't count towards the tournament. Only... What do you mean the points won't count towards the tournament? The only time your the auto sell doesn't work is for quests.
12 says, Travis, can I use you for a quarterly review? Lol. Smiley face.
Why do you think auto sell doesn't count? I always auto sell. I never have a problem for any of the tournaments. You still get your points for your tournaments. Here, look. What tournaments? Are we talking like Dungeon Divers? Where's Dungeon Divers? Isn't it? Is it a tournament? Do we not have Dungeon Divers going on right now? Oh, tomorrow. Yeah, check that. Test it. Because I always auto sell. And it's never kept me from completing Dungeon Divers or anything. The only time you don't get points for your auto selling stuff is for the quests. As far as I know, the quests and where you have to sell gear. You don't get credit for selling the gear. Okay, let's look at Kale. We need to fix his gloves. We need to fix all this. Speed, we can keep that, but with 3-star, I would rather fix it. Attack, this is fine. And we've got crit rate bumped here. If you're doing the faction wars, you could bump some stuff here this way. We don't have any defensive stats. Okay, so let's go to the place I would go for the gear that you might want. I would put Kale, personally, I would put Kale in Lifesteal. Because he is a bit squishy. So the speed's fantastic, but you are going to get more out of him in Lifesteal than you are in just straight up speed gear, because he will die quickly. Do we have... What Lifesteal gear do we have here? Nope. HP. Defense wouldn't be bad. We could use this. Do we have crit rate? No crit rate gauntlets. We can do attack. We've got a helmet, so sword, helmet, shield. We could use this shield for now. And the gauntlet. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to swap him over. We're going to swap him over to Lifesteal. We're not going to lose anything. We're going to hold anything we're taking off. Crit rate and speed. It's good. And a shield. We need crit rate gloves. Do we have any crit rate gloves that would be a 2-piece set that we could use? Not necessarily dictated on it, but it would help. Crit damage. We're not ready to push crit damage yet. Alright, so we got resistance gauntlets. Four-star resistance is still the best. Yeah, Kale's going to hit really hard, which is going to help you because Kale hits... Here you go. Here's shield gauntlets. Shield gauntlets might be the best. We have Cruel, Shield. There's Immortal too. Cruel, Shield, and Immortal. Divine Life, Cruel, Shield, Immortal, Divine Life, and Resilience. Cruel, Shield, Immortal. Ooh, Perception. So, Perception first. Nope, no boots. Resilience, no boots. Deflection, no boots. Divine Life, no boots. Cruel, there's no boots for Perception. No boots for Cruel. Immortal, do we have speed boots? Here. We're going to do this just to add some more health. We're going to throw in crit rate, 4-star. See, this will get you through the beginning. This will give you a little bit of a bump. And 4-star rare speed boots. Okay, so we didn't rid of anything. We're holding on to it. So we've got your lifesteal full set is going to heal by 30% of the damage you dealt. So we want heavy damage coming out of him, but we need him to be a little bit more robust with his defense. The lifesteal is going to put energy back in. Your Immortal, which is a 2-piece set, heals 3% every turn, which is going to help. And we've got crit rate here on his gauntlets and speed on his boots. Defense percentage here for his chest plate. This is like basics. This is going to help you start to build a champion that you can use for farming. We're going to upgrade all of this stuff to 12 right away. We'll do instant upgrades just so we don't have to wait on it. Instantly upgrades a piece of gear to the Chosen. Now, the only thing about this is if you do the instant upgrades, sometimes it can be a lot more coins than you expected, but you'll get used to it. So how much did that cost? 246 to take it to 12. We're not taking anything to 16 yet. We're just going to take all of this gear to 12 and see what kind of a difference this makes. Hopefully we can get some additional crit rate and speed and crit damage out of this. So crit rate's at 14, speed is at 4. Crit rate bumped all the way to 18, that's nice. Here's where most of your crit rate's going to come. We might come back in and do this bottom row to 16, even though it's going to take a bunch of coins to do it. This is going to benefit you greatly. I just want to get everything to 12, and then we'll go from there. This should be a better farmer. Okay, so we have crit rate 74. Let's go ahead and take this to 16. take the boots to 16. Once we get it all done, yeah. We'll see how far we can take this. Damn, 217. 217,000 to take that to 16 was a bargain. 714 to go to 16 was a bargain. And this KO you'll be able to use towards. See, that was 1.3 mil. That's where you get. That's where it's frustrating. But we're also doing. What happened? I think we locked it up. I'll have to restart it. Can I help you with Doom Tower? I can try. If it makes you feel better, my Doom Tower isn't any better. Yeah, I don't think you're ready for Doom Tower yet. No, why it crashed. Did I finish mine? Yes. Got mine in. Alright. Where were we at? Kale. Still got 1.6 mil left. All right, so here's your stats. We're looking at 176 speed, 92% crit rate, not bad. 116 crit damage. Those numbers we could bump up a little bit depending upon better gear. Defense at 1745 is still a bit squishy. But that's stuff that you can enhance depending upon what enchantments you have. Like, let's go ahead and use what we can here. We'll just throw one of each in on all the gear we can. Speed here we can enchant. And then we'll come back. Here's a little bit more defense. We might be able to get speed up to 200. Yeah, the other champs getting a full squad to 60 is going to be necessary to do anything in Doom Tower. Here we go. A little bit more defense. A little bit more speed. HP. Accuracy is always good because he will throw poisons down. I would get most of my accuracy eventually from all your substats and the banner. HP. And once we get this stuff enhanced as far as we can with your stock, will take a look at the stats again. Bring. Nothing. We've used it all. Amulet. Crit damage amulet. That helps. Alright, so now we're looking at 181 speed, 92 crit rate, 116 crit damage, only 45 accuracy, but that's not a huge deal. HP's decent. Defense is on the low side. Okay, so let's go back one time and take a look at how much what this did for campaign, and see if it sped the campaign up at all. Here, look, we're collecting players. Here we got another risk arm, just from all of the upgrades. $12,600. 12,600 is where you're gonna use all your auto plays to set up your training. Kale, okay, so 55 seconds was where we were before. Not necessarily think this is going to be quicker, but it should leave Kale with a lot more HP towards the end. And having a 6-star champion that you can use to farm is going to be a big advantage. Yeah, he's already hitting much harder. All right. And he's moving a little bit faster. All right, 25 seconds. Just a little bit better gear would make a bigger difference here. Just to get that crit rate and the crit damage up just a little bit more. All right, we got it down to 44 seconds. And then we're just going to use that to farm all that other stuff. HelloFresh in the raid marketplace. The HelloFresh promo ends in 2 hours. Ends in 2 hours and it's over. This is the last night for that. We did get one sale. There was one HelloFresh sale. Yeah, and he's not going to die. So what I would do for this, like if I was going to set it up to run, I would do my multi-battle. And I would just auto sell all the stuff that you're going to get. And you set your queue up to who you're trying to max out. And again, I would say Allure, Feign, and Cold Heart are your three most important. And then come in with, once they're maxed out at 5 stars, then you want to start building. Then you're going to start building the rest of it. And then max it out, set up your auto plays, and just run it overnight. That's what I would do. That's how all of us farm our champions to get them there. And you have a decent champ. You have decent champions. You have tons of energy. You have tons of auto play. You just need to farm some better gear. And your gear is going to come from, generally most of the gear that you're going to really use for everything is going to come from Dragon's Lair at this point. That lifesteal gear is huge. Speed and accuracy. Those first 3, you can pretty much get your way through 75% of the game with just those 3 pieces of gear. Eventually, once you get into Doom Tower, you'll start looking at perception and then, you know, a little bit more exotic gear. But in the beginning and mid-level of the game, those 3 are the way to go. What team do you have here for Dragon? 13 is... There's 2 places to farm. 13 and 20 is what I generally farm for all this stuff. Let's see where we're at here. Can we take on 13? How close are we to beating 13? It's the campaign is where I would get all of my people up to where I want them. And then once you had everybody at 60, that's when you're going to want to come back in and start tackling Dragon for gear. And then just hold on to all your 5 and 6 star gear coming from the Dragon. Those Kales are going to do really well against the Dragon too. Especially when they have high crit rate and high crit damage. Let's just see how long this takes. All right, Chris, you want to take a look at yours? You sent me... Did you DM me? All right. I got it. After we do this. Yeah, that 100% win rate is important. I just don't know if we're here yet with only Kale at 60. I don't think he's going to be able to solo 13.
King 12 says thank you Travis and at Fifacris 21.
No problems. It goes once you start to understand the little stuff, it makes a big difference. Especially when gearing things. That I did put that one video out last year on crit rate and crit damage. And I don't think Kale's able to solo 13. Nope. Can do it with Kale and 13. You can do 10 though. But I think before I started farming for gear, before I started farming from gear, I would worry more about getting 4 or 5 champions to 60. And then yeah, you're doing fantastic. I would stick with campaign. I would stick with the campaign and just using all of your auto plays and all of your energy to get those 4 up to be able to use to 60. And you've got a strong Dragon team with Kale, Gaelic. You could come back in another one to take to 60 that you'll be able to use for a while. Is where's she at? Theo. Elhain will do fantastic against the Dragon for gear. Let's see. Athael's not bad for the Dragon. Definitely the Kales. And Fane, she's going to lay down a bunch of poison on her A2. That poison makes a big difference on the Dragon. It's going to make a big difference. You'll see a big difference with this stuff as you start to gear it. All right, let's take a look at Chris's account. We'll switch back to mine for a minute while I get him loaded in. All right, back to my account. Did we hit? Reset happened. What? How close am I on being able... I still haven't finished out. I need to... Jesus, I still have a ton to do. I just have champions to train. See, this is how we do it. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'll set this up for multiplay. I'm going to sell everything. I need all of these to get there. And then I need some more food. And then I'll just let it run. I use I use all of the... I use Ninja for all of my farming. Oh wait, you want to look at the vault real quick? I'm still in here. We're still in. We'll look at the vault. It's just 4. Hasperix right here isn't bad. Do we have room? We have room. Let's just pull these out of the vault. Who do we pull out? Jizzo, other than having the best name in the game, Jizzo. Oh, shoot. Oh, Kinsey got back in it. Hasperix, I've used for... Here, I'll quit. So Kinsey can get back in. With just those 4, Hasperix I've used for clan versus clan, or not clan versus clan, Faction Wars. Jizzo was in my Faction Wars team for a while too, though. Hasperix, he has a healing. For the lizards, he's one of the few healers that they have. I need to add an account. We're going to get into Chris's here. Okay, Chris, we're logging into yours. Trying to, at least. Ah, we're in. All right, let's look at Chris's account. All right, we're gonna collect his daily login rewards. Just 4,800 stamina. I am so jealous. We're gonna look at the champions, just to be jealous of what all we've got. Tatura Rhymehide, fantastic, such a cool looking champion on top of it. So cool. High elves. I love this guy. Decrease accuracy, block debuffs, increase debuffs. It's a veil. When attack reflects 30% of the damage this champion receives back to the attacker. And 30% chance of placing a freeze debuff. So he's basically... It's very similar to Geo. Damn. His animations are brilliant. He's just such a cool looking champion. Visix. I've got Visix. I've never used her. I've never built her and gotten a lot out of it. She does have some powerful hips on her. Girl is thick. One enemy 2 times. Turn meter fill. Decrease speed on her A2, which would do really well for Iron Twins. Kinsey, you are very welcome. I hope that helped. And ally protection. All enemies with provoke. What do you really use Visix for? I'm just curious. Where does she do you well? Kaz. All enemies with a full team heal. All allies inflict 20% more damage. Damn. See, that's one I wish I had. Tag team and Hydra. Yeah, that's smart. And Trunda, the one, that little bitch. I have tried to every time they do a summon event with her, I push for her, and I have never been able to bring her in. She is just a monster in about everything. It's just her hitting. What are we looking at? Over 100% crit rate, 263 crit damage. She's just a monster. I'm probably more jealous of her than anything. Kinsey, no more stickers until I can do the video about the sticker party, because we're close. We're close. Duchess. Yet another one I wish I had. Places a shield. Block debuffs. Veil revives all dead allies. Decreases the damage taken by all allies from all enemy attacks by 25%, 15% for bosses. Wish I had Duchess. And you've got her in Brimstone Blessing. Nice. Nice. See, here's another one. Man, you've pulled some really good stuff. He's fantastic for Iron Twins. I really don't have any strong sleep champions for Iron Twins. Let's see. Arbiter. Where's your Arbiter speed-wise? 255. See, my Arbiter's fast as hell. You have 2 Hervold. Solus. Who the hell is Solus? Looks like a Hellraiser Cenobite. You don't use Arbiter? I use Arbiter for my arena. My classic arena. Solus is the best defensive hitter. I thought I can't remember his name. The one dwarf was. Stun. Attacks 3 times. Provoke. Attacks all enemies. Increases the duration of all buffs on each turn. Then provokes. 2 turns. Oh, you mean best hitter base, best damage based on defense. Ultimate Death Knight. Harima. Fully trained out. It's a lot of legendaries. Uko, another fusion. Scarhide, another fusion. Oh, pardon Clanfather. There are so many of these barbarians. I wish they would pick another faction and start cranking out stuff Like, I would like to have... It just seems like every time we turn around, there's another barbarian. John has twice as many. John's account is nuts. Skill. Undead Hordes. This is one I've never seen before. Who is this? Faction Wars, I guess. Rhodos. I don't have Rhodos either. Do not have Prince Kymar. These are a few that I would love to have. Am I sorted for Christmas, and what did I get? What did I buy everybody? They're just on the other side of that door, so I can't say. We haven't really done... We'll do everything tomorrow. I'm all done. I'm ready to go, but we'll do all of our gift exchanges tomorrow. Baby boy Rhodos. Kymar. Do you have 2 Kymars? Are there 2? Did I see 2? Or did I just... No. Lord Champfort, Walking Tomb, and Helicath are both fusions. Vivalda the Thorn. I missed that one. That was another fusion I missed. I was just barely short on the event. I think I got stuck with something. I didn't have the time to finish it. Who in the hell is this? What lizardman has these weird shit coming out of his back? Like he was attacked by a spider. Hardly looks like a lizard. Cavalax, fantastic. Tankard. It's not quite Trunda, but she's a hitter. Snick Track? Snick Track. Decrease attack, leech, decrease attack, decrease speed, ally protection, reflect damage. Impressive. This is one I've never seen before. It's like HP Brachus. Lysandra. Septimus. Aothar. It's a lot of Sacred Order too. HK. There's your Fat Man. Domitius. These are the ones
King 12
that...
says this is like the raid reviews like FIFA would have been. Only difference is you made a lot of improvements to my players. So thanks.
You're welcome. Hopefully it works out. Just doing the campaign and using all of your energy to get that stuff, you're going to see huge leaps and bounds forward. Godseeker. See, that's another... We talked about that the other day. I don't have Godseeker. There's my girl, Madame Saris. Gold Crown. She's a strong one. I wish I had her too. Extra hit if target more than 50%. Weaken debuff. Unkillable. And revives his champion. Only available in Seneca. Seer. Now we're into the... God, there's a lot of these things. You've got everybody trained. Geo. Miscreated Monster. I still don't have this one. Seeker. Another Fat Man. You have 2 Fat Man. Stag Knight. Cold Heart. Miscreated Monsters. Underrated or overrated? Underrated. Husk. Who's this? Sinisha. Oh. And Dahlia. Flame Tongue. Ooh, she looks pissed. That is some awful posture, though. Look at her. It's like no one ever taught her to stand up straight. Skullcrown's underrated. Yes. These are the fusion champs. What do we got? Morag and Asthma. The misses when they're angry. Who thought that naming one of the fusion champions Asthma was a good idea? I just imagine her only being able to attack 2 or 3 times and then she has to hit her inhaler. Who's this? Holes Ring. Ooh, that's some weird animation.
Kenzie King 12 says, I'm so glad you went into my account first, TBF.
Some of the names are fantastic. Because you know someone somewhere was like, what are we going to name this lizard? Let's call him Jizzo. And they're trying not to laugh and they're like, okay, that sounds good. Jizzo. No, that's not good. Attacks 2 times at random. 3 times. Oh, hexes. Biddies for titties. All right, what else? 160. Plenty of room. Damn. I wish I had 61 spots open. Check the vault. Damn, that is a lot. Jesus.
Kenzie King 12 says, check the vault.
My God. Can I have a renegade? Morgan in the vault. Felix in the vault. Hellcat in the vault. It's crazy all this stuff in the vault. Another Madame Saris in the vault.
Kenzie King 12 says, give me a refund.
There you go. Jesus. There's so much stuff in here just sitting in the vault. Go to the reserves. Even more. Gorgorab. A lot of these, I don't see anybody here standing out so much as that I would be crazy. Occult Brawler. There's Mr. Cheese. There's a lot of crazy champions just sitting here in the vault. And I understand why they're in the vault, because there's so many stronger legendaries up top. That's the food vault. Damn. That is absolutely bonkers. Where are we at with this? All right. I actually have to. I need to get off here. This is a long stream. Let's see, we've been on for a couple of hours now, and I still have one big Christmas present to put together yet. I have one big present that needs to be assembled. It's that Christmas Eve dad night where you're like, put this shit together and hope all the pieces are here. Damn. This was fun. This was a fun stream. It's fun raiding accounts and doing some takeovers. It's always interesting to see some of the crazy shit. Didn't I do John's? Didn't I do an account takeover on John's account one night? I thought I did. No, I didn't. I did somebody else. John offered to let me do it, but it was we had something else going on that night. We have to sort a day out. Yes. Just so many crazy champions. All right, that's it. Got to get off here. It's and get some dinner and then start finishing Christmas shit. This is fun. Thanks a lot. I will be back on after the holiday. I won't be on tomorrow, obviously, but I'll probably be back on Monday. We'll be back on Monday, and at that point, at least, we'll claim. We'll either, if I haven't claimed him already, we'll take a look at the Rat King on Monday. Merry Christmas, guys. I hope you guys have a good holiday. Wishing you all well, health, and happiness. And we'll see you guys in 2 days. Love you guys. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys soon. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making videos.